Antisocial behavior is a trait of intelligence in a world full of conformists. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. Be alone, that is the secret of invention. Be alone, that is when ideas are born. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. The present is theirs. The future for which I really worked is mine. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future for which I have really worked is mine. What one man calls God, another calls the laws of physics. We crave for new sensations but soon become indifferent to them. The wonders of yesterday are today common occurrences. Invention is the most important product of man's creative brain. The ultimate purpose is the complete mastery of mind over the material world, the harnessing of human nature to human needs. The individual is ephemeral. Races and nations come and pass away, but man remains. Most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. One's salvation could only be brought about through his own efforts. Most certainly some planets are not inhabited, but others are, and among these there must exist life under all conditions and phases of development. Inventors don't have time for married life. We are all one. Only egos, beliefs, and fears separate us. As I review the events of my past life, I realize how subtle are the influences that shape our destinies. The progressive development of man is vitally dependent on invention. It is the most important product of his creative brain. It is not in the shallow physical imitation of men that women will assert first their equality and later their superiority, but in the awakening of the intellect of women. The progressive development of man is vitally dependent on invention. One has to be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. A new idea must not be judged by its immediate results. Science is but a perversion of itself unless it has as its ultimate goal the betterment of humanity. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. To know each other, we must reach beyond the sphere of our sense perceptions. Genius is its own passport. and has always been ready to change habitats until the natural one is found. The hard work of the future will be pushing buttons. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe. These are only new devices for putting the weak at the mercy of the strong. My belief is firm in a law of compensation. The true rewards are ever in proportion to the labor and sacrifices made. Deficient observation is merely a form of ignorance and responsible for the many morbid notions and foolish ideas prevailing. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment and merging of races, and we are still far from this blissful realization. Every living being is an engine geared to the wheelwork of the universe.